I'm going to talk about my flight I did at Ediths Gap, going to Elton and then trying to get back to Luray. So let's zoom in here to the beginning of the flight. So you see here that I take off 11:30 and let's say 12:15. And yeah, I board around a little bit, and then at the ridge, I'm able to take a good thermal, and that's because there was enough wind. If there's not enough wind, you're gonna have to fly out to the LZ here and get up. But if there's enough wind, you can get up at the ridge. So we're going up, going high, and 5,000 feet. And I decide to go to the north, skipping kind of Kennedy Peak, which is over here. And yeah, I'm coming back because the wind is actually coming more to north at that moment, and I don't like to go XC against the wind. So I open up a little bit, and I did that because there's heavy clouds over here probably, and yeah, I just want to explore this area, but that doesn't really work. So I go back to launch, top out again, and then I decide to fly out, likely because there's clouds. What I do is um, I'm gonna fly to the river. Obviously, you will always get to the river, um, but then I will continue flying. You see, there's a little stream over here as well, the woods and all that. So here you can expect thermal activity. Also here, where you have the chicken farm, is a good thermal activity. And then I decide, and George is right over here, I decide to fly to Luray because the city also works well because there's a lot of heat. So you see across 340 here and a line, and then get to some thermals here, but it's not really working. And what I see then is that other pilots are going up here. So I just cross over and go to that thermal, and there make 5,000 feet. But then I just continue, and I know past Luray here, these fields here, there is typically something, but as you can see, I don't take up a lot, and I have to go all the way down. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So almost to Stanley, and you know, it's almost next to the road. Here's the road between Stanley and Luray. And I just fly along because somewhere I know I'm going to hit the thermal. And you can see I'm hitting it right here. So not a lot of wind, but brings me back to 5,000 feet. And if you get to Stanley, which is over here, this is typically a thermal area. So you get here and you will get up. Now, I don't like to go into these mountains because, you know, there's limited landings and it's kind of complicated. So you go fly around. Now, this area typically doesn't really work well, the mountains. Yeah, you might give it a shot, but I have not been successful. So I turn a little bit around and I go to this area over here. And this works really well. So bear that in mind here, all these chicken farms and these fields here, there is a lot of activity and you see birds running around here. So this is a really good area that works. And actually this whole line works all the way up here. So you fly there and you go up and then you continue and you see there is a line over here. So thermal, 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 and you know, keep on going. You could open up here, but I went over the mountains, and as you can see, I took a thermal right here. There's a spot high up in the mountains, and I've been there before, and that works. If you're here, here is all big sink. This doesn't work, this area. So you really want to be at this spot over here, and it works. So, and then we're already next to Shenandoah. So, and then you continue, and there is a other golden field over here. This area here works really well. But the other area that works really well is this one over here, next to Shenandoah town, that works well. So you keep on going, and then you come to the east of Alton, and actually Daniels Mountain is on the other side here. Um, this area works really well, so you will catch something. It's kind of a heating up thing over here. It works really well. So there I decided not to go to Alton, but just to fly back to make my retrieve easier. So, and then I fly straight to Shenandoah town. And yeah, so I went there to 7,000 feet, so 2,000 meters, pretty high. And I came back, and you can see I took 5,000 feet. I took a little thermal, continued, and then above the city I took another one. But then you see also that the wind changes here. This is a really weird thing. As you can see here, you have the Mesa Mountain Range, and then you have the Shenandoah Mountain. This is like a Venturi, you know, and winds are kind of particular here. So you will encounter more north wind. It might be that there's north wind here, but at Ediths Gap you have perfectly southeast. This thing does its own thing. What you also will see is that there will be a convergence setup later in the day over these high mountains over here, stretching out all the way to the other side of the valley. I have another video I'm going to show you where I'm flying this convergence. You can actually take it, go all the way to Harrisonburg and come back. So what I do here, I go against the wind because I want to go back home. And you see I'm struggling a lot. But notice I take the thermal here, again, close to the river, close to the road. Don't make it too complicated. But then at the end, yeah, I'm not able to catch the thermal. I think that maybe I should have opened up here maybe a little bit over the river because there's more contrast. That might be a better strategy instead of landing here. So, but you know, it's what it is. Well, you know what? I landed here. I hiked to the road, and I finally got a ride from a young guy, and he dropped me. He had to go to, I think, to Strasbourg, but he took me all the way to launch, and he continued to Strasbourg. So it was a good day.